All right.
Great. So, I know you've done 1,000 of these, but as a reminder, my voice is not going to be included. So if you could just answer in complete sentences. So if I say, oh, tell me a little bit about the training that you guys do, you could say, like, in terms of training, or you could say, like, when it comes to training, you could just say, it's intense. No one would know what it's from. And if there's a question I ask that doesn't really resonate with you, you can be like, that doesn't really resonate with me, and I'm thankful that that's fine. And I'll try to be efficient. Do you prefer to wear the mask during the interview, or are you okay to take it off? This is my face. And then for tomorrow, what time should we be prepared to be?
We'll be here between 1 and 2 o'clock. We're starting to down there. We're only 4 or 5 blocks down the street. So we're going to sneak down here and we're going to go right through and we're going to have up here. I'm not sure where the media is going to stay. Just probably have to press it down. But we're good. That's going to happen around 12, between 12 and 1 o'clock. I'm informing everybody between 12 and 1 o'clock.
Okay, so we don't need to be here like 7 or 8.
That's going to be down here. And I'm going to be in the position by the park.
Yeah.
Right, we'll be in the park.
Okay.
We'll be up there for a second.
All right. Cool. Perfect. And you'll just look at me. It'll be a lot like the conversation. Start easy. Can you just tell me a little bit about yourself?
I'm coming back. I just want to give you a bit of it out. I'm going to have to sit down here.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm going to keep you real young.
Sorry. Okay, cool. They with me. Okay, cool.
Just for the other folks. Yeah. If you could just keep the other folks back.
I know those cars.
That would be great. You can just look at me.
Around proof or let's largest all black militia globally at this time. But I think self-background, I got physical background, a political background, activism background, and also a political background. All of those shape me as a black man in America. The person that I am.
When we were on the phone, I loved you kind of gave me a good history lesson, starting with what you were starting to notice in 2012, 2014, which led you, it's a bit of your origin story. That's how you kind of coalesced around the NFAC. I was wondering if you could walk me through that.
Sure, if I had to talk a little bit about the history of what coalesced and what brought me to this place, there was a number of things. The first thing was, see, I come from a generation where we thought most of this had stopped. We thought that we'd outgrown most of this. We were under the impression that some of the things that we saw during Jim Crow, during the era where we had drugs inside of our communities, mass incarceration, we thought those things were gone. 2014, they came back with a vengeance. And when they did, they were high-profile shootings. A lot of those are now historical events. That woke up certain demographics in our community. Not just the young kids that were throwing rocks, not just the people who were singing here, but those of us who could actually do something about it. We kind of thought that things would change. And instead, they got worse. So So that was the catalyst for me to first become involved in the activism. The same thing these folks behind me are doing right now. The singing, the holding hands, the chanting, thinking that would change. Didn't change anything. Instead, things got worse.
Yeah, I gotta.
We're just gonna fix your mic real quick.
Counting to 5 for me one more time.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 3, 2, 1.
I got you. Thank you.
Thank you. So you thought that we were done with all that, and we were not. Is what you were saying.
We thought that things would change.
Right.
We thought that the amount of protesting that we saw would make a difference. We thought that we had raised the bar enough that the government would understand that the people out here today are not the people from yesterday. That if they didn't want a stronger response, that through the legislature and the changing of the laws and the forming of the police, that something would change. But instead, in 2006, there was a report that came out from the FBI that white supremacists would begin to infiltrate law enforcement and the military. And it see the fruits of that today. So things didn't get better, they got worse. And then when we had all these movements that talked about they were going to affect change, and we saw this dialogue with the government, but we saw no change in laws, we saw no decrease in police brutality, we saw no redistribution of wealth, we saw nothing. And eventually we have a president now who wants to take us back to those days. So I have to raise that question. When was the And then on top of that, we started seeing things we hadn't seen in 60 years. Police shootings that were obviously racially motivated. These even started showing up again. Our men, our women, our children being brutalized by the police, not even calling them female officers. No, we sat back and we watched that. And slowly we started to watch, pardon my language, you people, arm yourselves. Ourselves, it wasn't a problem. So that led us down the path that, you know what, there are 4 levels to this. Level 1 is when people get pissed off and tear stuff up. That's why they got these windows boarded up. Level 2, when they start marching in the streets, like they're doing right now. Level 3, are people who recycle the place because everybody's been in quarantine poverty. So people want some stuff. Has nothing to do with what happened. That's why they decided to come out and fix stuff. And everybody thinks that's the end of it. And everybody goes back home until somebody else gets shot or stabbed or killed or there's another lie about the judicial system. But there's a 4th level that they didn't see coming. That's those of us that we're not nothing to be in the street. We're your ex-military. We're your homeowners. We're your gun owners. We're your voters. And when we got pissed off, we organized ourselves. What you saw manifest is what sits before you now. The NFAC.
Amazing. Take me back to the presidential bit. Why did you run? And what was a little bit different about your approach then as it maybe is now?
In the beginning, back in 2015, after we had the murder of Walter Scott in Charleston, South Carolina, I participated in an effort along with Senator Stickney to get body tags placed on every police officer in South Carolina. I thought I had developed a relationship with the sitting governor, and I thought I had developed a relationship with the activists that we could then use that as a model to spread across America. Instead, what we saw was a few months later, Senator Stickney was killed. Even though they didn't call it that, they said it was a preacher sitting in his church with 9 people. Some guy just came in and started shooting everybody. That was a hit. It was retaliation for what we had done. So when I returned to Charleston for the funeral, President Barack Obama was there, along with Michelle, Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, and everybody else, including all the members of Congress and all the members of the House of Representatives. and utilize executive authority and create an agency. And if someone gets shot by a cop, it immediately goes to the federal government. It doesn't go into the hands of these people out here, and that they make a decision and it becomes federal right off the gate. That was my goal. So I declared my candidacy for the presidency. And as you can tell, they did a good job of blocking that out. We had no idea that we were running. There were 24 of us, and we had no idea. Now guess what happened? Look what you got. Look what has happened.
Tell me what you learned from the system by running.
Well, the first thing I learned was that it takes more money than you can imagine, because everybody has to get paid. Not only for you to pay for the polls, to pay to be on the ballot, to pay to actually campaign, to pay so the commission on debates, put you on TV, so you can get people to donate. It's like a vicious cycle. But what we also found out is you have to grease the right pockets. 10,000 here, 150,000 here, 200,000 here, 1.5 million here, $100 million, and you might not even win. If the government will match you with campaign funds, I learned that too. As much as you raise, they'll match it. It's your money. But then I also found out that they wanted you to say what they wanted you to say. You see, I got in this to help my people. Because everybody who gets kicked out, Obama doesn't realize he did nothing for us specifically. He did stuff that we could enjoy for everybody else. But he did that for blacks, whites, us, Latinos, humpbacks, whales, everybody. But nothing specifically for black people.
You talk about people asking things of Trump that they never asked for Obama.
Well, no. I never said that. Let me make a correction. You see, the head game, if I could be so elaborate just for a second for your viewers here, is that every presidential candidate receives 2 mandates. You all know nothing about it. They receive a domestic mandate, and they receive an international mandate. The domestic mandate for Barack Obama was to mesmerize black people into thinking that we had finally arrived. And so they wouldn't ask him to do anything except be happy that he was black. And that's exactly what they did. Oh, we got a black president, and didn't ask him to do shit. Pardon my language. When that happened,